I'm a little scared to do this one. Most likely, one of these relationships is going to end today.
Oh, God.
Why? Because how do our debates end? Debates never end good.
No.
And I know I'm competitive. Chris is competitive. I think Steven is competitive.
I'm not.
The only one who's not is Desiree. So
I'm not. Cry.
Oh,
if
Lord
all
have
these
mercy.
if both these relationships make it out alive today, success.
Oh, okay.
So let's have a good debate, okay? It's a guys versus girls debate. We brought back, by popular demand, the second most famous Stephen King, Christine's boyfriend. We got Dirty Dez.
Significant other.
And we got, SO. And then we got the other SO, Christine Aguilar, my sister, who's now, this is her third appearance.
Oh, yeah, that's right. All right.
So, hey, we had to bring them back. Hey, the ratings don't lie.
So this is a debate?
So this is a debate show. This is the debate show. So we have 14 questions that we're going to ask. Some of them are controversial. Some of them are easy. We're going to each team is going to pick a person to debate that subject. The other person can jump in if necessary, but it's basically going to be like a one-on-one. And then we have my son behind the camera because he's camera shy. He will be the judge. We've told him to be unbiased and just award the point to whoever made the best argument with the best facts. Straight and simple. Whoever has the most points after wins. The losing team. What should you guys have to do for us?
Oh, Lord.
Buy us dinner?
How do you know that word losing?
How about
you buy
the
us
the losing
dinner?
team next week has to pay for the movie. Let's go to a movie.
Okay.
How we do,
Okay.
And the losing team has to buy snacks.
Yeah, and
Okay.
snacks.
All right.
Paul's team usually wins, so
Yeah.
I'm on the
What?
winning team right here.
I usually win?
Paul's team.
Oh, yeah. Chris usually
No.
wins.
Okay, before we start, I have something
Yeah.
to say.
Get it out.
Me and Des, my partner,
Dirty.
we have dirt and filth, right?
Dirt.
She's dirty, Des, so she's dirt, and you're a filthy piece, so you're filth. So dirt and filth. But anyway, Des and I, we actually switched outfits today so that we could absorb each other's
Energy.
mind and energy, right? So I can get the best
Focus.
of her, and then she can get the best of me.
You guys know Valentine's Day was 2 weeks ago.
It's
Like,
about
by the time
love.
this airs, it's gonna air like March.
Love and
Love.
pink. We're the
Yeah.
pink
Teo,
sisters.
is that is there a number running on that?
pink
I just want to make sure.
sisters.
You see a number running on the top? Okay, all right. Let's get it started, boys and girls.
Yeah.
Pink sisters. We're the pink
Question number
sisters.
one. So let's read the question and then quickly, because we want to keep this
Okay.
Okay, keep going.
under 2 hours.
Oh, shoot.
You pick who's going to take it. And let's not have the same person every time. Let's kind of, go back
Okay.
and forth and make it even. Question number one. Should men
Oh, Lord.
and women be paid the same regardless of the profession? We'll let you guys start.
Yes.
Well, you know what I mean? You just jump in the gun. Teamwork. Talk to your teammate.
You can go.
Yes, they should be paid the same. If they're doing the same job, why should men get paid more? Because they're a man? No. Ew.
That's your argument, ill?
Yes.
Keep going. You got a minute.
You have a minute.
I don't know. People, you should get paid the same, no matter what. If you're both in the office and you both do the same thing, you should get paid the same. There's no. How do you argue against that?
But your main point was ill?
Yes. Ew.
You want me to handle this?
You could go.
Yeah, you go for it. This one, Paul.
Or you want to? Or you got 30 seconds left. You want to?
30 seconds? Okay, so yeah, sure. Why not? We're all humans. We all have the same capacities as a human, mentally and all that. And it's a different story. But if you're doing the same function, then go ahead and get paid for that function.
Okay. You want me to handle these? This is
Yeah,
light work.
go for it.
Oh, Lord. I don't even like this topic.
You guys are 100% wrong. On most professions, okay, cashier at 7-Eleven, yeah, guy and girl should be paid the same. What I do, buyer,
This
guy and
guy,
girl should be paid the same. Sports, you're trying to tell me a professional football player who their teams bring in $100 million a year should be paid the same as, have you seen the female football teams that they have who bring in $10,000 a year? So you're saying these female football players who teams generate 50,000 a game should be paid millions? They would lose money. They wouldn't even be able to survive.
Okay, yeah, we lost.
Women's soccer.
No, we did not. No.
Women's soccer. Women's soccer actually brings in more than U.S. men's soccer. So U.S. women's soccer should be paid the same or more. I agree. So I'm not necessarily saying it should be like men should always get paid more. It depends on how much value you bring and how much money you make. It should be according to that, not necessarily just, well, you're a man, you're a woman, you should be paid the same.
Okay, yeah, you're right. We lose.
No.
Matt,
That's the decision maker.
Yeah, Matt, of course.
Thank you.
Oh,
Let's
Lord.
go. Marcus
Go
down
to
for
two,
one,
baby.
We
please.
want some fun topics.
That was a great answer. Great answer.
Absolutely not.
Marcus
And
down.
debating is... Okay, let's go next.
Marcus, hey, come on. No sour grapes.
No.
Oh, wait, so you want to rebuttal that? Is that
No,
what
No, I don't
the
care.
rebuttal,
We lost.
the
The
rebuttal
rebuttal
was,
is absolutely
the
not.
rebuttal
They're
was
fools
Chris
for
saying
paying that much.
The rebuttal was Chris saying they won. Question number 2. Ooh, this one's tough. Is it time to legalize prostitution and regulate it like any other profession? You want this one? Or do you want
I'll take it. I'll take
Okay.
it. Sure, let's just legalize it. We've seen it in Nevada that this can be a legal form
Preach.
of money making.
Preach.
I wouldn't partake in it. I think it's kind of gross, but
Right
as
on.
long as it's clean,
Thank you.
as long as it's regulated, however that looks. I don't know how that would look, but it can work, and it's the oldest profession
That's what I was
in
gonna bring
history.
up. Right, exactly.
Right?
It's been around
Right?
since the beginning of time.
Exactly. And that's all I need. I don't even need a full minute.
Yeah, I
We
mean,
don't have
exactly.
to go
Your main
against
thing
them,
was
I don't think.
regulated and clean. Go ahead.
Okay, so I agree, actually. I think it should be legalized. Why not? I mean, we're women and we have
It's our
different
bodies.
opportunities to make money, maybe easier than guys, and that's just our, God-given right. And then the thing is, though, taxation and all that stuff, that's going to be convoluted, and it's actually going to take money out of working girls' pockets, right? So
But
I
it'll
think
be safer.
It's like any other job, though.
yeah, it's like
Right
another
now, you
job. So
can't
I
do it,
agree.
right?
So I agree.
So,
and
yeah.
also, they serve a function, right? Because there's a lot of men
Oh,
out
yeah.
there.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You guys are getting
Yeah.
hot.
They serve a function. There's a lot of guys out there that are really sad and depressed, and regardless of their situation, they're married. That's their stuff, and it
but don't be
helps people
sexist.
out like a therapist.
There's
Just-
also women that go to men.
No.
yeah, sure.
They want to get
There's a
rocked too.
majority of men who, because men will sleep with anybody, anything. Women
I don't know about that.
are more choosy
Yeah, your
about
time's
stuff.
up. Your time's up.
Yeah.
Can I just get a 30-second rebuttal? So that's a tie.
No, he does not.
It's a
get
tie,
rebuttal.
but no, I'm saying I agree too. But to Chris's point, where you're saying it's like drugs. Remember, like marijuana when it was
Yeah.
illegal, people were getting arrested, people were getting shot. It was like the Wild Wild West. Once they regulate it now, you can go into you go right down the street, go into a shop.
Yeah.
It's nice, so. It would be the same thing. Don't you think it would be better if a woman chooses to do it?
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
are you telling her?
Make it as safe as possible.
Decriminalize.
Yeah. Honestly, if I had a better body, I would think about getting in. I would have thought about getting
I
in.
think
that.
about it every day.
We'll show
it's something.
Thunder Down Under.
I just don't got the goods to pay the bills.
You
But
never
if
know.
I did, I would have no.
There's a
problem
lot of
with it.
freaks out there that
What? I think it takes a freak to be with you?
Hey, everyone saw you take your shirt off. so
Yeah.
there's a lot of
Someone's
freaks
out there right
that
now
are.
licking his lips.
There's
Yeah,
somebody for everyone.
That was a thirst trap. All right, number 3. So it's tied. No, we're up 1, right? So that was
Wait,
a tie.
yeah.
That one was
That
a tie.
was a tie.
Okay.
So it's
number
not-
3, the death penalty.
Oh.
Is it an actual deterrent to crime or just
Oh.
cruel and unjust?
Yeah, I think the death penalty is a deterrent to crime because there's a difference between a capital murder charge and murder 1 charge, right? So if somebody thinks, well, honestly, I do think people are going to do it regardless. Like they're not thinking like, oh, let me kill this person and try
Exactly.
to make it a murder 1 versus capital. So yeah, I changed it. Maybe it isn't a deterrent. Probably it's not. But I believe in it. So that's why I was convoluted with my answer.
If Des does me dirty, I'm not thinking about the consequences.
Right, yeah.
I'm taking care of business. But Steven, you want to get your girl?
Here's the thing. I believe in it, and I think the death penalty is absolutely fine because some of these people are just evil.
Yeah.
And no matter what you do to try to rehabilitate them, they're not going to come back out and think, oh yeah, I'm not going to kill someone again.
Like
Yeah.
the Menendez brothers.
Well, like, exactly.
Like Dahmer.
Dahmer.
The thing is, so I know some people say, hey, we shouldn't judge other people's lives, but they already forfeited their life when they took another life, especially if it was premeditated.
But we're debating whether or not it's a deterrent. You're saying...
No. It's well,
It's either or.
I think it can be a deterrent for you and me and Paul and Des because we follow the law and we know the consequences of the law. But
I guess
for
it should be.
someone
It
that's
should be
out
more
there-
just, are you for it or against it?
Yeah, right.
So we're all for it. The only thing I will bring up. Well, your team already should discuss it, and
true.
I know where you're going. I'm saying.
Didn't we just have this podcast?
No.
You're
I'm saying-
expecting where I'm going?
Let me just get my last.
You're out.
This is the 32nd. So I agree too that it should be. It should be used. But my only issue is that what did they do that study and like 10 people that were on death row, like half of them after they had already been executed, they went back and they were able to finally do the a forensics DNA, and it was actually that they would have gotten off, that they weren't guilty. Back then it used to be just like, oh, look at that boy. Yeah, that boy guilty. I could tell he did it. And then
It's
they
still
were.
like that.
So that's the only thing. But I think now it's more cleaned up. That was more back in the day.
Yeah.
Now that with the DNA and all that evidence, it's probably a lot harder to get off when unless you're OJ, unless all the forensics are on you. So tie.
gloves.
No.
We agree to a tie.
Yeah.
Hey, you're
Well, hold on here. Can we make it so who has the better argument for
we might have to if we're
the
gonna
discussion if
tie.
everything's going to be a tie? So
Yeah. So going
I think
forward,
Matthew's
if
gonna
we
be the
have a tie, you have to
tiebreaker
do a
of-
breaker. Just who made the better argument? 'Cause
jeez.
you're right. We might disagree on everything.
Maybe.
because I agree with a lot of these.
We might actually be the perfect couple.
Yeah, see?
Couples. All right. Question number 4.
Couples.
This one will probably be different. Do you prefer working with men or women? Do you prefer to have a female or male boss?
It's you. We went first.
Oh, you want to take this?
Damn.
All right, Des, you got this.
Oh gosh. Honestly, I'm stuck. I don't want to be sexist because I've actually had a couple female bosses. They're okay. They're good. They're okay. I'm gonna say I would prefer to work for a man. Not being sexist, just because that's what I relate more to. So like, I feel like I'm gonna do my best work if I'm working for someone that I'm comfortable with, and because I'm not comfortable around women who I'm not, like, I don't know personally, like Rose I know, you, of course I'm comfortable, but like a boss who I'm not at all comfortable with, I don't feel like I'm gonna not give my best effort. I'm always gonna give my best effort, but I don't feel like I'm going to be comfortable enough to do my best work, to communicate with them effectively. So for me, it's more comfort, not necessarily saying that a man does a better job than a woman. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's more of a comfortability issue.
Comfort. Issue.
I can't.
I'm all about women's rights. I love them. God bless
You love women.
Women
Hey,
power.
I voted for
Bet.
Kamala.
Dang.
I don't
And
have
Hillary.
I feel like the same
Dang.
thing. You feel like you
Woof.
better man or a woman. Like, I feel the same.
And don't just give my argument back to try and save face.
It's not just about you. I feel more comfortable with a woman boss because, like you said, you more relatable.
And why? Like, maybe they're able to,
Just-
if you have kids, they're more understandable,
Yes. And even like men, if you say, "Oh, I have a kid," "Oh, I have a dog," a woman is going to be more like,
A
related.
man can't be understanding.
No, they're
a
not.
Man can't be.
no,
Not
because
as-
men leave kids and go to work. Like,
Oh my.
oh,
so
you
now
have
we're
a-
just saying men are bad parents.
No, but it's always
You
a
just
woman.
said men leave
a
their
woman
kids.
has the kid, not the man.
Oh, so we don't have any job.
Let's
in
take
that?
our rebuttal.
Yeah,
third
wait,
place.
you
Give-
guys
give
didn't
him
even
the-
let
give
us
him
have
the
our
floor.
We just
power.
yeah, you're right. I'm
We'll
sorry.
win
just
this one. We'll
just
win
those
this one.
shots. All
Just-
right. You're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
We'll
a
win this
woman
one.
has a kid. Women tend to stay home more with the kid than
Also,
the men.
if you have a woman boss and you're a female, she understands your plight and as a female in the working force, right? Females, we have certain things biologically that happen to us that men have no idea or sympathy about. Not necessarily sympathy, but they don't even know how it feels to like feel like really
All right.
horrible a certain day because of things
he
that
just
are out
gave
of
the
your
cutoff
control.
sign.
And men are stronger
He
in
just
terms
gave
of
the
day
cutoff sign.
to day.
She's a true
Men can
politician.
endure day to day. Women have a harder time with
Wow.
like the
Take off
grind.
points for this.
No.
Okay,
Our rebuttal.
Yeah,
Our rebuttal in.
I'm sure you guys are right, but
Let's
like
hear this.
those are just my thoughts.
I think in today's modern workplace,
Preach.
men can absolutely understand, and they're required to understand. now,
Required
because-
versus naturally
Hey,
do is
no,
a totally
time
different
out.
story.
Time out. Because there's a thing called HR that doesn't necessarily have your back, but in cases like this, they will come down on men now. And same for women. I mean, it goes both
Facts.
ways. But beyond that, I think I've worked with both. And I think women have maybe a little bit more
Say it.
nurturing capabilities. So
That's
like
what we just said.
you can be agreeing, well, as a guy having a woman boss. So they may understand you. And then
Nice.
I've had guy bosses as well that, you know, we just get along because maybe we're just dudes or whatever. But
Yeah.
they just have a different mentality. I think it depends on the job ultimately. And, you know, I will say some women have a chip on their shoulder when they get to positions like that. I've
Oh.
seen it.
Yeah.
And
I bet.
it's just not fun. It's
Scary.
it's-
Honestly,
Yeah,
scary.
I had a really horrible female boss too, and I was like,
Yeah. Same. So we've all had bad female bosses.
Yeah.
Who won, Tail?
We do.
It was them, but it's you guys now.
Hell yeah!
we didn't even do a
Steven.
rebuttal.
Attaway. Hey, it's not. You can't argue with the judge. Okay, thank you. All right. This one's a little bit controversial. This one, yeah, but I'm just gonna give it to you guys. Is it okay for a man or a woman to watch and close your ears, Tail, use porn? Is it just human nature? Or is it not acceptable and you shouldn't do it? Ladies?
You, because I'll flip over the table.
"Oh damn, I might want to see that."
Paul,
I was good. And she's the biggest freak out of all four of us. Damn. Okay, go ahead, Chris.
I think it is human nature, and I think that before the internet was available, I think it was more acceptable than it is now, because now it's a whole different animal with accessibility of internet and the various lines that have been crossed in like the porn world. Before it was just like, oh, a pizza man shows up and he delivers a pizza and a lot more. But now we're talking
What kind
like,
of porn are you watching?
not me, but in the 70s, right? Like
Yeah.
Spanish Fly, all that weird stuff that our parents are watching. But anyway, now we're talking like bestiality and like
Step mom and daughter.
I've never seen bestiality, but-
a horse, or maybe I've heard of it
you
with like a
looking at?
lady.
You've seen this?
Oh,
I
that's the
think
dark
so.
web, bro.
I think so. But the dark web is accessible. So I think I think it is human nature, but
To a
I think
point.
it's got to be limited. I feel like Old School Hustler and all that was like clean and cute and harmonious and amazing, but now it's just out of control.
I think I could take this.
Handle it. Put her in her place.
I will say yes and no to this because there's certain people that have addictions, and once you get addicted to porn, especially, it will ruin relationships. It will ruin everything in your life, because at the end of the day, you're chasing that dopamine rush that you're only getting from watching millions of women that are now super accessible because of the internet, just like how Chris said.
Yeah.
I think there's another part of this too, where you don't know what you're watching on porn. You don't know who's consented, who hasn't consented.
I didn't think of that.
And it's a whole dark side of that is kind of disgusting. That is disgusting. It's not even a kind of situation. So if you don't have an addiction, if your partner's cool with it, I think it's fine. But just don't forget that real life is real life, and that is fantasy.
Yeah, that's not possible in today's world, you know?
Do you guys got a rebut? Or is it,
No, I kind of, if it's two consenting adults, go ahead. If that's what you guys get your rocks off on, then yeah, go ahead and do it. Do I agree with it? No. Do I want to watch it? No, I don't want to watch it. If you watch it, but like how Steven said, if it becomes a problem, then yeah. If you'd rather be on your phone and watching it instead of giving me attention, then it's an issue and I don't like it. No.
I agree with everybody's too, but I think it's good, honestly. Like, say you go away for the weekend. I got a little alone time. What's wrong with treating myself nice?
No, I don't have a problem with that.
Putting some nice music on, dim the lights.
I don't like when I'm looking at your phone and then big old boobs pop up and the.
Oh, well, that's
everywhere now. I mean, you can't even.
I can't help that. I can't help that.
That's all over my phone. I don't even look that up, but that's what comes up now.
But
so.
I think it serves a good purpose. But the one point why I think we won is because Steven brought up is like the abuse some of those women take. And
it's Matthew's
consent.
Choice, huh? Well, she didn't go that deep into it.
The fact that he brought that up, I thought that was the winning argument. But Matthew,
damn, we're sweeping this
This is a Rose. You might have to jump in with them.
Yeah, we need Rose, man.
This is getting bad. They haven't won one yet.
Should we give some tips here? Should we give some tips? Like when you make the arguments, you got to do the arguments.
Dude, I don't like debate or know anything about it.
So you didn't pick stuff that we would debate on. You picked stuff that both of us would agree on.
I thought you guys would say absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Like, if we agree, then I think it has to come down to who has the better argument.
He won it because of that argument I was bringing out.
The reasons. Think about it as reasons why.
A debate would be like, we're on the opposite sides. I don't think we're on the opposite sides for
And in the true debate, though, you get like points for every good point you make. Steven killed you guys.
Think about it for reasons.
Okay, number 6.
I brought up one reason, he brought up 2.
Number 6. Here's a good one because you guys know about this more than us. Social media. Is it out of control? TikTok. Kids, using phones in schools and all that. Is there a problem? What can be done at this point?
I think that's 2 topics. Kids using phones in school is different.
Social media. Okay, just social media.
Oh, yeah, because I think kids should have their phone at school. 100%. There's shootings everywhere. I want my kid to be able to get a hold of me. Yes.
Should we change to that then? Should schools?
Because that's way different.
Because they actually just LAUSD just outlawed it.
And schools, when I saw that, I'm like, absolutely not.
And
I want my kid to be able to.
So go ahead. So let's change it. Not social media. Should phones be allowed in school? Yes or no?
Yes, 100%.
Why?
Because in case of emergencies, before. People will say, well, when we were in school, we didn't have a phone. Yeah, but people weren't getting shot at school when we were in school. So, yes, I want my kid to have a phone.
What about educationally? Come up with something. A reason.
Like education.
What's another reason? Like your reason was shootings in school.
I think you should set rules for your kids to follow. No phone. If your teacher takes your phone away because you're on it, then those are consequences. You have to settle, you follow the rules, period. But no, don't take my kid's phone away from them.
Because of fear of shooting and their safety.
Shooting, or they can't get a hold. Or there's teachers now who are like touching kids or putting kids in inappropriate spaces. I want my kid to be able to get a hold of me anytime they can. Anytime.
All right. I say absolutely not. And the reason you're going to lose this one... You hear that,
Teo? Your dad doesn't want you to get a hold of him
he can't,
for emergencies.
Hey, your argument is flawed because your 2 main reasons are saying school shootings, which...
Safety.
But school shootings primarily.
Right.
That's horrible, and I agree. But what are the odds that there's going to be a school shooting at your school? I mean, it is extremely rare still. So you're saying you admit that phones in school are bad for the students? But you're saying just because there's a 0.005% chance that there's going to be a school shooting.
It's higher than that,
phones, 100% higher than that. And unless it's a 0% chance, no, I'm not going to take that away from my kid.
But you're going to find out either way that there's a school shooting.
And I want to find out before. I want my kid to be able to get a hold of
these kids' education.
Let me jump in on this. Yeah, I came from the time where we had flip phones, and that almost ruined my life.
Oh, dang.
All right?
Thank you.
So I can't imagine where I would be right now if I had social media, if I had Snapchat, if I had TikTok. I would be peanut gallery to 1,000 degree.
Okay. 30 seconds. You guys got 30.
No, my kid needs their phone.
So you would rather jeopardize...
Nothing's jeopardized. You set rules, you set regulations. No, I pay for my kid's phone. They follow the rules. They keep their phone.
But what if they turn out to be really unsmart?
Then that's not because they have
You
a
guys
phone
are on the same
in
team or
school.
what?
No, she's right. But no, that comes with rules. You set rules for your kids.
Do you know anybody that's been involved with a school shooting personally?
A few years ago, when the girls were in school, they called you because Highland had a shooter going on, and they were on lockdown.
And I was working at that school at the time.
What would that have done? Just them calling me.
You would have went over there, but luckily you said no. Don't worry about it. No, I would have went over there.
Either way, you're gonna find out.
Thank you.
Okay,
but
either way, you're gonna find out.
Right then, I want to know.
You do know right then.
No, you don't. You know after the fact. Because you try and call the school to see
the
what
school
happens. Nobody
immediately sends out an alert.
No, they do not.
Why did I get an alert then?
Because the girls called you.
No, stop. I knew before they knew. No, that's true. All right, go ahead.
I knew before everybody because I dropped them off at school and I worked at the school and I actually heard the shooting like nearby.
They won?
Thank you.
Rose is and we got 2 judges?
You have to give your kids a chance. If their life is in danger,
but
give them
what
a
are
chance
the
to call
odds? Okay,
911.
what are the odds your kid will be in a school shooting? It's got to be less than 1%.
No.
It's probably
Adolescents have a lot of mental health issues.
Higher?
There's a lot of bullying going on.
They're all killing themselves.
They are very, yes.
Maybe I just haven't been around.
Outdated facts, bro.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and poor Matt, he's in the thick of it.
All right, okay, you guys got on the
Call
board.
me if something happens, Teo.
But yeah, I found out before the girls called me, but okay. Should the federal government legalize drugs?
Who's up?
Are we up?
We're up, and you can say which ones to bolster your argument.
I will say yes, and that includes cocaine. I'm just going to say everything. Because here's the thing. Because they're illegal, you have a black market, and this black market probably won't go away, but if they were legal and regulated, you would get a lot less of these crazy cartels and stuff doing all these crazy stuff across the border to get these drugs in. So,
100%.
I mean, yeah, let's make them legal. It's
fentanyl too.
I mean, you have to at some point, right?
Yeah, this is Wild
because
West.
then that's the new drug, right? Because that's the new thing that gets.
But you're right. It would legalize it, and it would cut down on a lot of the crime and overdosing.
Potentially, I mean, I don't think it would cut down on overdosing. I think there's something
because
else.
A lot of overdosing is when it's like bad mixes.
I guess, yeah, but people are gonna chase that high if they're addicted. They're gonna keep chasing the high, but
chase that dragon.
Yeah, but yeah, let's legalize it. I think there's examples in Europe where it works.
Amsterdam.
Exactly. So I think the key point here is decriminalization, right? So currently it's a crime. So with a crime, somebody gets caught with it, they're going to go just to jail. They're not going to necessarily be rehabilitated or treated for drug addiction. They're going to be like, they're going to be a criminal now, right? So then they have limited options when they get out, limited, options when they get out. Again, there was a case study in Europe, Belgium, Amsterdam, where they actually changed the location of people doing it. They had registered nurses on site. It's a community center for people to do it safely because, for example, in San Francisco right now, people are doing it. You're not going to stop them. And people are just on the street doing it. So wouldn't you rather have them doing it in a safe location at a place where they have internet, they have water, they have food, and they're out of sight and out of mind for regular taxpayers?
I'll take the rebuttal on this. Decriminalization is great, but you see how it works out here. It doesn't work. What you're saying is great in Europe because they actually have the nurses to support that. Mm-hmm. What we have here is just, what's the word?
Safe. What is it?
Safe space, but we're just enabling them to just harm themselves.
Harm reduction.
And you're not giving them any resources to actually get better. Right. So what we're doing out here with all this decriminalization shit, it's just not
But
working.
my main thing is put them aside into certain locations.
But you can't hide. You're
safe.
just hiding the problem. You're not fixing the problem.
Word. Killed her, right? Yeah! Hell yeah!
Let's go. Way. But there's no way.
Let's go. That was a good point, but he murdered you on it.
How?
So,
okay.
Anyways. Okay, number 8. Should more companies offer employees to work from home in order to balance lives, or should it just be a strict rule? If you have a job, you need to get your ass into work and do your job on site.
Wait, who's first? Are we first or are you guys?
You guys took it. Yeah.
Go for it.
I work from home, and our productivity is higher. Our like calling in sick, everything's higher. Like everything is fine. We work from home. There's no reason. We don't bring in any revenue. Unless there's an absolute reason you need to be in work because computer files or, certain programs you can't get somewhere else. Yeah, you have to go in. But if you can literally do your whole job and stay productive, why not? You're already paying for your house to live in. You're paying for your internet. Why not be able to work from home?
And working mothers, right?
Yeah.
To benefit them and
To
their
benefit
lifestyle
everything.
and allow them to be
Yeah.
home with their children.
And there are days
benefit
where
them.
you don't feel good. So you go into the office, you have to do your hair, your makeup, get dressed. If I'm not feeling good, but I can still work, okay, then I just put on a robe and do my work. I'm still doing the same thing that I'm doing from home.
And you're healthier because you can exercise.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to slightly agree and also disagree. I think it should be half and half. I think you should go back into work because you do get more done when you're working in teams with people in person.
Because he's a slug.
Also, working at home, there's a lot. It's a lot more. It's been proven that it's a lot more. It's less productive. I know you yourself have had a lot more errors because you've either been in your robe half asleep, you're not fully awake. You've done, I've heard you talking to your boss and like, oh, I'm sorry, I messed up on that. I wasn't fully awake.
You've
Or
never heard that.
I was distracted because my
100%.
dog was barking. So just me seeing that.
That's more of a personal attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just me seeing that.
No, he's just jealous because I can still do my job.
Do we get extra time since they keep cutting us
Yeah,
off?
let me jump in here real quick.
Go ahead. We're going to tag team this
Let's
one.
let Steven represent your team in
Yeah.
a logical and
Because
respectful
I
way.
That whole
They don't even.
boss
Cat
thing,
Matthew, can you tell them?
absolutely not.
Hey,
Sorry, it's paused right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
okay.
I think
you.
that it can go both ways. And depending on what your job is, it really just depends on that. And honestly, COVID has shown that, yes, working from home actually is a good thing. And there is a lot of work-life balance that actually happens. If you got
Benefits.
kids, I don't have kids, but if you got kids, like young kids, you get to stay home, you get to watch them. I know some people don't like that. And hey, I don't blame them because I wouldn't want to be around kids all day either. But
You're around a kid, though, most of your day.
This guy.
oh yeah, Chris. Oh,
Me?
for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
But where was I going with this?
You distracted your own partner.
Points for forgetting
Yeah.
what he was saying.
Anyway, I think your time's up, but that's a
Yeah.
good point.
Yeah.
But
And
I
how
think we brought
productive
up-
can you be when half of your shift you're asleep?
Which is
I don't know, you tell me.
speaking for himself because I think his thing was a personal attack towards her.
I don't know.
Because
He's-
Teo, okay.
Hey, you can't try to.
I can ask the
play to
judge because Teo, who takes care of the whole house, works 8.5 hours,
This isn't about.
does dinner,
That's not what
takes
this
care
argument
of the
is
dog.
about. If that was the
washes
argument, I would
clothes.
100% give you the win.
Okay,
This
well
is about
then,
working from home.
And did I
Judge.
just say?
I think he's deflecting because he sleeps half the day.
Oh
Dang.
my gosh. Their argument was. Okay.
But yours was
Again.
just personal attacks,
Yeah.
and then saying
Personal attacks. I'm giving you a witness account.
And I just
firsthand.
gave you a witness account.
and you were deflecting
Okay,
your
number
personal
9.
onto her.
Can you regulate them a little? Because they're a little out of hand right now. Number 9, physician-assisted suicide should be legal for people with chronic illnesses, even if they're not terminally ill.
Who's up?
You guys.
Say it again.
Physician-assisted suicide should be legal for people with chronic illnesses, even if they're not terminally ill.
I guess
That's
we're
you
up
guys.
first.
Chronic illness defined as what? Like if it's rheumatoid arthritis, I say no.
Any reason. Like, I have diabetes. I'm tired of this. Should I be able to go to the doctor and be like, hey, end
No,
this?
I don't
I'm
think
done.
so.
Or,
No.
hey, I got to deal with Dirty Dez for the next 30 years. Take me out.
You're
That could
gonna tonight.
That could be taken. All right.
You're gonna
so,
wish
Steve,
it.
you want it?
This one's a hard one.
I mean, this one it comes down to is like, it's morally or it's, should you be able to take your own life, basically.
Well, it's not, because that would be suicide. This is assisted suicide. So there's some program that would need to be set up to allow this. to allow someone to evaluate you and say, hey, yes, you have some terminal illness. But I would say if you're not terminally ill, you should not be looking to get assisted suicide. I mean, that's ridiculous. Yes, you might be in pain, but there's other things that could be done to manage.
But if you're going to commit suicide, isn't it like almost like the drug thing? Shouldn't it be better that a doctor assists you so it's painless and you don't accidentally mess it up?
Well, if you mess up suicide, I mean, you got bigger problems.
All right. Okay, you girls?
Okay, so I think if it's a chronic illness, that's not that big of a deal. If you have diabetes, you got to deal with it. That's the lot that you played into it personally. And not saying you caused it, but I think that your lifestyle. Also,
isn't that cruel and unjust?
In terms of debate, hey, listen, it might be good to allow people to do that because then we're kind of getting rid of the sickly or the people who are mentally unstable. And that might actually. Which side are you on? I'm just making points, and it might actually increase society's functionality because there's a lot of people that are mentally ill. I know in Canada that they do allow it, and a lot of Americans are trying to get over there to do it. So
which side are you on?
I just had to make points for both.
Points. But for that, I mean, for the mentally ill, that's like a decision that they have to make. It's not just the government being like, all right, we're going to assist you in suicide now.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
We're not just pulling people off the street saying you're out now because you have mental illness. No. This is like a decision that someone's actually making.
Plus, it also might encourage people to do it because it's easier.
There are cases where people are getting assisting. It's not physicians, but assisting other people in suicide, and they get
paid.
No, they get.
That's dark.
I'm all for it.
They get charged.
I mean, I guess this is everybody's on their own. I'm all for it.
No,
I feel like if you're that should be your choice. If I got to deal with a difficult partner, or if I'm tired of, if I got athlete's foot, you know what I mean? Like if I'm just. You know what I mean? Or I got a bad sprained ankle and I'm like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. Why should it not be my choice to end my life, literally, and have a doctor help me?
Because then you're going to leave a bunch of abandoned kids.
Yeah. That's not the point, though.
And that's bad for society.
That's not the point.
And then what if you change your mind?
We're out.
No. You can't assist. Do it yourself. You don't need to bring people in.
This might come down to Matthew's own opinion too, because this one's kind of hard to.
Everybody
just whoever provided the
most.
most.
This side was fighting for it.
I'm against it.
On everything. No, that doesn't make much sense.
Thank you. So us. Okay, thank you. Hey, he's a fair judge.
Yeah,
okay? Yeah. He is a fair judge.
He is.
All right, number 10. This is a landslide, right?
We're killing you, girls. Let me take this one.
All right. Should parents be? Oh, this is like future, possibly coming up soon. Should parents be able to choose, like in the future, should they be able to choose their child's sex and traits through genetics, if you could?
Like through IVF?
Like just say in the future, you go and get pregnant and they say, if you inject this, it'll guarantee to be a male, and I want it to be whatever. You can basically choose what you want.
So play God.
But yeah, basically. Steven?
I think they go first.
Oh, you go first?
I think it should be. Number one, it is happening now. Hello. Why do you think certain celebrities all of a sudden have twins, a boy and a girl? Which is fine, honestly, because why not? It's their choice to have a child. They can choose their traits. And I don't think they can necessarily choose their traits like, oh, she's blue like, eyes, No, I think they can choose
Nazis
that.
Up in here.
Yeah. But a lot of it is genetically, right? So they can choose, oh, my child is 50% less disposition to have diabetes, or my child is like
bring up diabetes, man.
My child isn't going to have Down syndrome, or they can kind of choose to make the child's life more beneficial and easier so that there's not those genetic disorders that come. And why not? It's kind of fun, right? Don't you kind of play, play the dice? You kind of play like, oh, let's do it like a blue-eyed with this and that, and make them also more intellectual, right? So don't we want more intellectual people on the planet?
All right, here's the deal. If you think our world's divided now from racism, sexism, anything, this will absolutely divide everyone. Yes. Because the people who can afford it are absolutely going to do it, and the people who can't afford it are going to be left behind.
But isn't that how it is now, though?
It is now.
But it's going to be even worse
Yeah.
because when you're talking about editing your child to be more successful
Yeah.
or being whatever it is,
Women.
Right.
We can make more women take over this whole
it doesn't even, it's
country.
beyond that though. It's just
Yeah.
like it's
more
so
muscles,
much more.
more
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
It's honestly
It's awful.
scary that Chris
It's an
would
awful
even suggest
future.
that. Yeah.
It's an awful future, and I mean, there's enough movies and television
Yeah.
shows that have this dystopian future where
Yeah.
it just becomes
I mean, it's
this
happening already right now.
segregated world beyond anything that you could see
Right.
in our real world.
Chris is
So-
trying to end the world, basically.
But
No,
that's
it's
like
happening
only
already.
one point that he brought up. I brought up fun for the parents.
Fun?
But it's not. It's
Ending the world
But
is
like
fun?
your points are saying you have money versus what if I'm broke and I
Yeah.
want a kid with
But
blonde
that's
Why
how
don't
it
I-
is
why
right
don't I get to
now.
have a
That's
smart kid?
already how it's going.
What about Darwin, survival of the fittest? And
then
if you
their
have more
30-second
resources,
rebuttal.
you're able
Yeah.
to survive.
It's how it's going already right now. I mean, I think Chrissy Teigen she chose to have a girl. Like, it's how it is already. I just feel like
I don't see the problem with the gender.
Yeah, choosing
Yeah,
boy
the
or girl
gender.
is fine.
traits, like traits and characteristics and that kind of stuff.
Oh,
where
no,
you
I
can
don't-
make your kids smarter than them because you have the money to pay for that.
Yeah, this is like future looking,
No,
not
I don't-
boy or
not-
girl. Like I don't care about that.
So
but
yeah.
Well, that's kind of like getting a Brazilian butt lift, right? You have more money, so you can get a bigger butt.
That's what I'm saying,
You
it's
can
already
attract more
happening.
dudes.
yeah, but that doesn't
and that
necessarily look
separates-
good. That's just an that's just a
But it's
aesthetic
the
look.
advantage
This
of
is
resources.
the advantage
Right.
of setting your kid up to be smart,
Right.
setting your kid up to be successful
Advantage
right
of
from birth.
resources.
So you don't see that it's going to split even more the divide between
No, I do
the-
see that, but I just think
Yeah,
it's
but
like
it's already
and
divided.
cut.
It's already
All right,
divided.
Taylor.
Okay, cut.
So it's already wrong, so make it more wrong? Okay, that's a good argument. Go ahead. Damn. Woo, dang.
already wrong.
You guys want
I
to live
had
in a
4
racist
points.
world? You guys want
They
to go
only
back to
have one.
segregation?
Points
Come
about
on,
how
man.
good they are.
Yeah.
2 out of yours made no sense.
Damn. Oh, gee.
They
Get
all
him on the
did.
pod. Get him out here.
Oh,
All right.
man.
Hey, we'll,
Rose will take over.
Rose will be the judge for this one. Hurry back, though, Taylor. Because I know she's going to side with him. Does cancel culture / woke cause more harm than good?
Is it our turn?
It's your guys' turn first.
I think it causes way more harm than good. When you just throw this stuff into people's faces, people get tired of seeing it all the time. And the cause might be good, but I mean, what's a good example? To be blocking freeways for whatever cause it is, it's just not good for our society to have things like that happen. And this might get emotional, an emotional response, but it's just be normal. Just talk to the other side if you have an issue, but don't start blocking traffic because you want your point to come across. I mean, what's the point of that? You're just blocking people from doing something to raise awareness? Like, that's just making me more mad and making me hate your woke cause.
No, that's how you fight for rights. That's through history. That's how you protest. That's how stuff gets done. Am I agreeing that through everything needs to be woke? No, but when there's changes that need to be made because a certain demographic is being treated unjust or unfairly, that's how you get people's attention, is you stop sorry that it ruined your day from going to your beach or whatever. But
Okay, what if an ambulance was coming through?
then
and
you
now
go
they can't?
around. Then you go around.
Who's going around?
The
What if they're on the
ambulance.
101?
Then you go around.
Is it okay if I run them over?
No, that's against the law.
I'm sorry, but it's
Well,
against the law
but
to
it's
be
getting
in the
people's
street.
attention, and it's showing that, hey, there is something worth fighting for. And that's not, so the whole protest that was happening wasn't cancel culture. It was about divide. You guys were just about don't divide the country, but that's what they were protesting. It was being divided. So yes, I believe.
But is there better ways to do it?
What I'm saying
No,
is
that's
there's better ways to do it because
But nobody listens to the better ways. There's already statements that say
But don't you think if they just went to City Hall and protested, it would be the same
no.
exposure?
It
I
would
have more respect for
it
people.
would
Why
not
block
be
the
no,
freeway?
nope.
and that's blocking the freeway is one example, but I think that's the most extreme example
But that's
you can
not
have
cancel
here.
culture. Cancel culture is, oh, you made fun of somebody, so let's
No,
cancel
but woke,
you.
anything woke in general,
So,
right? So
what's woke? Oh, Mexicans need to go back to Mexico, so that's woke because that's what that protest was about. Oh, immigration.
Chris?
I think you're talking about a few different things here. You're talking about cancel culture.
They're
Protest
different
was
things.
brought in, and I don't think that actually was the topic. So maybe you guys lose because you weren't talking about the topic.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Teo, judge.
Okay, here's what I'm saying though.
and
With
so you're talking about three different things.
Well, woke
so yours
and
was
protest
not
kind of goes hand in hand, right? Because what I'm trying to say is I lose respect for that wokeness when you do things that are disruptive to society. And blocking traffic is disruptive to society because there's important things that need to go through a road. And there's laws about people being in a roadway. But for some of these woke causes, that's what happens. They go on the streets and they protest. And there's nothing
Fighting
wrong
for
with protest.
human rights.
But do it in the appropriate place is what I'm saying.
All right, Rose.
No, that's how you get history
Because he
made.
didn't hear enough.
That's how you get history made.
I think honestly we
Dang, it's the Gen Z
Both.
versus.
Okay. All right, give them a point. I don't know about that. I would have given it a draw, but okay.
We said no more ties.
Oh, yeah.
well, since we got a point, I honestly thought we both lost.
Oh, jeez.
No, I.
Next topic. Do you believe in spanking kids, or should that be banned countrywide?
Oh no, I will spank my kid. I believe in spanking. You do wrong. Ask my kids. No, I'll spank you.
And how, like, what do you call
I got
spanking? Like,
spanked.
is spanking with your hand? Are you talking belt? I mean,
No, there's a difference
what's the
between
level?
abuse and spanking. Spanking, I got,
You got
it obviously didn't work. So.
Oh, what are you doing in that room, bro?
Oh, spanked by me. Oh, yeah, and it didn't work. Look at, she's acting worse today than yesterday.
No, but I think it depends. There's a difference between abuse and like spanking. Don't leave a mark. Don't beat a child.
You got that timer going?
But
that was good.
don't leave a mark.
That's your only.
Okay. That's it.
Yeah,
I'm okay.
spanking.
Just do it,
I'll
but
take
don't.
this.
Yeah,
I'll take this
100%.
one,
That's what a
since
cop
I got
told
the
me.
Kids. Oh, so
I
that,
told
she
you.
should lose her argument right off the bat when the cop had to come out, obviously, to her house because she was beating her kids.
I was not beating her. I spanked her.
And why did the cop come?
She talked back, so I spanked her.
Hey, that's just a soft
All
culture.
right, I'm
right
gonna
there.
go ahead and. Typically, I would agree with her, but on this one, I'm gonna take the opposite. Just so let's mix it up a little. I used to
Then
be
you lost 'cause
100%.
Steven agrees with me.
I used to be 100% for spanking. I mean, my mom, she hit us with whatever. I mean, I always tell that story that she spent a summer one time. Every day she came home, she would beat the shit out of us for I don't even know what. Half the time I didn't even know what it was for. I just
Talking about soup?
yeah, I put on extra boxers and shorts so I could just take it. I put jeans on because I just knew it was coming. I don't know why. She must have been having a bad time. I don't know what was
We need
going
to
on.
get her on here. I want to hear that
Oh.
story.
That was like the summer '89. It was good for everybody else, but not
Oh,
for
that's
me.
when you guys had a
All right. So my argument is
I think it was
because
92.
I get more time because they're cutting. So I 92. I was like 17 in 92.
Keep going.
All right. So my argument is now I am actually against it. I think there's better ways to discipline and teach kids because I used to be all for spanking. My kids, if they even just walked in wrong, they were walking wrong, I smacked them. If they said the wrong thing, hey, you want to watch this TV show? I'm going to spank you. Like I was all about it. I mean, I smacked up Teo his first 10 years of his life, and look how he turned out.
You smacked me like twice.
Yeah.
I just feel like, no, honestly, let me be real. That was
and you
all
gave
joke.
him an iPhone at age 2.
Damn.
Stop it.
Let me go back. Let me get
Is
one more
that
time.
your
'Cause no,
discipline?
one more time, 'cause those are all jokes. Those are all jokes. I honestly
You
now
can't
am,
re-record, bro.
No.
I honestly am now not for it because I used to spank a lot. Even like my stepson, I used to spank him a lot because I just couldn't. Eventually after years and years, it was like, this just is not working. And all it's doing is it's stressing everybody out. It makes him upset. It makes me upset. It makes the other kids upset. Eventually it was like, you have to be smarter.
Is it time yet, Tara?
You have to be
Does that have a
smarter and just realize. You have to be smarter and just realize this is not working. Let me be smarter than my parents were and just think I can beat the shit out of this kid and it's going to change him. Let me find an alternate way. And it did work because look at Teo now. He's obviously a good, smart kid because he's given us the win so far.
So on the last part, I have to agree with you.
We're not
because-
Neanderthals. We don't just beat the
because
shit out of everyone.
different kids have different ways of learning. So my older two, that's how they learned, was being spanked.
And having the cops come over?
Yeah, she learned she didn't do it again.
Oh, Jesus.
Amen.
So,
Can we go to the
my
judges?
oldest son, I didn't ever need to do anything. My youngest son, if I spanked him, he shut down. So I had to find a different approach. But I'm all for it.
So you're taking my argument.
No, I'm all for spanking.
I spanked you last night and it did not do anything.
It did though.
Oh, damn.
Thank you.
Hey,
See?
I was that kid that got spanked, and my mom would give me a look. Boy,
That's all I had to
That
do
was
was
I
a
didn't
look.
want that look.
That was a look. That was it.
And
All
look
right,
how he
two
turned
more
out pretty
questions.
good.
Two more questions. This is a hypothetical. No, not really hypothetical. Which are you more in favor of? Which would you prefer? The first gay president, Buttigieg maybe?
Yep.
The first female president,
Boop boop.
or the first president of Hispanic or Mexican descent? You girls, right?
No, it's you guys. We started the spanking.
You want to take it, Seaman? I'll rebut after.
I mean,
What are you more in favor of?
I'm in favor for any of it, but it has to be based on qualification and not just because you're gay or because you're female or because you're Hispanic, because we've seen it time and time again the past couple elections where they're putting people up and it's just like, what are the qualifications here again?
Current president?
Sometimes, well, him too, but we've had two female presidents on the Democratic side that are just kind of like, why are we picking these people?
Oh, I want to hear you rebut that.
What do you mean? I'm gonna side with him.
Oh, you're gonna side with him?
Well, you want to know what I would do?
Well, that's a different thing, right? Because I understand why people would vote for Kamala, even though I would never, because they don't like Trump, right? And I think Trump is awful too. I didn't vote for either of these idiots, but I could understand why someone would vote for Kamala because of Trump.
No, that. If somebody's just voting for Kamala because of Trump, then you shouldn't vote.
Okay.
She was qualified to be president.
Chris, which would you prefer?
Honestly, I just say, yeah, based on merit. I feel like politics itself is kind of its own demon. So that creates candidates who are basically all evil, and you just pick the lesser of two evils. So I would just kind of say, regardless of race, sex, color, creed, because we got to throw that in there. We got to be PC, right? Just based on the merit and the lesser of two evils. Because haven't you guys ever seen The Good Wife?
No. I'm tired of doing this voting based on the lesser of two evils because
Yeah.
I think that's bullshit. And
Yes.
we shouldn't be voting for lesser of two evils. We should be voting for the best person. So don't vote for just Kamala or Trump. Vote for the person that was on stage that you thought was the best.
Yes.
What if they're both bad options?
I would personally vote for a gay, and my reason is they
Why'd
would
you
give
say
you
it like that?
a gay. I don't know. What do you call them?
Homosexual.
Gay.
Oh no, not duh. No, not duh. So I would vote for a gay because I think they would give us the best of everything. Because there's a lot of gays that are masculine, so you're going to get your masculinity. They're also more feminine than a straight male, and most of them are creative, artistic, can dance.
What
They're
have
just
to do with president?
because I'm just saying they hit so many more boxes. Like if I'm president, I'm going to be more.
Oh, you can dance, so let's go
more.
with you.
I'm just saying they give us so much more.
But you know what? You
I would go for-
decorated
I would go
that
for a-
flag.
I would
is
go for a
Did you see the
amazing.
Oval Office today? It was
Yeah,
crazy.
it was amazing.
It was.
That made no sense.
What are you
Tail.
talking? I'm saying they check so many boxes.
Oh, you can cook? You you need to become president.
What does cooking
You're
have to do
gay
with
and
it?
you cook? Oh
What does cooking
my
have to do with
God.
anything? What? No, you just went off the
Those
rails.
shoes are so cute.
I'm saying they check more boxes than a straight male or a straight female. They can check all the boxes. They're empathetic, but yet
Time's up.
they can be. Okay, go ahead.
The last argument was bad.
What?
I know. I was like, bro, don't do this too much. You're sinking this shit.
Was basically just Stevens repeated.
What
Yeah.
about me though?
No, that was he's saying that you just stole Stevens.
No.
Yeah, but I brought up the
No,
lesser
but
of two evils.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, that was easy. That's why
He
I,
said a
that's
gay
why
should be president
I was just
because
doing that
he's
for comedic-
empathetic.
I was doing
what?
that. Well,
that
no,
makes
a good
no
pre-
sense.
a good president should be empathetic. And gays are more empathetic than straights.
Yeah, I like Matthews.
That's proven fact.
I think Matthew's being fair here.
No, he's not.
Because he's filtering out the silliness of some of the answers here.
He just said a gay president would be better because he can dance.
Hell yeah.
Damn, that's really what won?
They won before
Have you
he
seen-
said that.
But
Have you
then
seen
the
Trump
whole
dance?
thing should have been lost at that
All right,
They
point.
were
Trump
winning
dance is
by a
kinda
better
funny,
margin
that little
before he
dance
said
is-
that. It was a lot closer after he said that.
Yeah.
But they still managed barely.
All right. So basically, the debate is over. But I just thought this was a good question for all of us. You know, just lighten the mood because it did get a little tense. I see Chris is pissed.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, so this is not necessarily a debate,
I
but
like your shoes.
for each of you, we'll start with Chris. Everybody answer it. If you could go back in time, first off, when would you go back? Or if you don't want to go back in time, you could go to the future. You don't know what's going to happen. How far into the future would you go? Chris first. Just kind of get to know you segment. Since we dominated you in the debate.
I don't know if I would go back in time because I've already lived that, right? So what else more is there to live?
You
I guess
you could redo something though.
no, I'm not trying to redo any of that stuff. So I'd probably go towards the future, maybe not too far out, just enough so where I could just be traveling all over the world and just living life that's easy. So maybe after I work
How do you know it's easy though?
work a few hard years and then just kind of like cruise control after that. And that's it. No going back.
But going into the future, you don't know what the future holds.
True.
It could be a complete disaster.
There could be a tsunami.
You could
next
get
week.
diabetes. A tsunami. Let's see. You live with
Back
a
to
tsunami.
diabetes.
Let's see. You live with it.
If
All right,
I go
Desiree.
diabetes, then that sucks. But I'll have to just like put that shit on. There's lots of treatments. There's modern medicine and there's lots of treatments. So I would just do all that.
Okay, good answer, Des.
I don't want to do either.
Neither.
That's the game.
You guys are
No.
thinking
You have
small
to
here. You guys
choose.
are thinking real
No,
small.
I don't want to.
here.
I wouldn't do either. I don't want to go back because just no. And I don't want to go forward because then you miss everything in between. So no, I just want to stay where I'm at and continue doing what I'm doing.
Okay, bad answer.
Oh.
All right, mine. I would go back in time, probably to '88 because that was probably the best year I ever experienced in my life. The Dodgers won, the Lakers won, the Raiders didn't win, but they were
Of
really
course.
good too.
They were in LA, right?
Yeah, and I was like 12-ish. Basically, that was my peak physically,
Oh my God.
emotionally. That was my best year with the ladies. That was I think that was my third girlfriend. And if I go back in time with the knowledge I
At
have
12.
now, at 12 I was in them streets and I was putting in work.
See, every segment he makes me want to just flip a table or something.
Yeah, I was
think
doing
you
good.
should.
I was doing good. I was like the only Mexican at Sacred Heart, so you know the white chicks love dark meat. I was different. So,
Yeah.
But my whole point of going back in time is that I get to go back with all the knowledge I have now and do it better. I would have
Oh, no.
did better in school. I
Then
would
you
have
wouldn't
had.
have tail
Why wouldn't I have tail?
because everything changes. You would have.
You would do it better.
You'd have more knowledge.
You'd do it, but you wouldn't. You wouldn't have tail. You
Yeah,
wouldn't have
true.
your kids. You wouldn't be where you're at right now if you could go back in time and change things. You just.
All right. Well, sorry, tail. I would go back. I'd go back in time. I could do things different. I would be more successful. I would have tons more money because I'll be focused on what's really important, not just wasting my years grinding. You know what I mean? Just going in neutral. So I would go back in time because the future. Who the hell knows, bro? Who knows what's going to be happening in the future?
I would do. Okay, so I'll wait till Steven because
Yeah.
like.
All right,
You
Stephen
guys are
King.
thinking small here.
You already
now.
went. You already went, Dad.
You guys are thinking small here. I want to go to the future. I agree with all y'all. 'Cause who knows what's gonna happen? But
You would go back.
I would go back knowing what I know, and
what I
guess
just
who's
said.
going to be the CEO of Google,
Yeah. Oh,
Facebook,
no, that's cheating. though.
Twitter. I'm gonna
You
be
didn't make
so
rules.
filthy rich.
Freaking Stephen
you
Musk.
won't even know who you would know who I am because I'm the CEO of all
But he
these
wouldn't be
companies.
sitting
baby.
here.
You would be the Stephen King we thought of first before,
Yeah.
before the
I don't wanna
writer.
be Stephen King. I want to be these other guys that are actually rich.
Stephen Musk. Stephen Musk.
Come
Yeah.
on now,
Oh,
you
not
guys are
us.
thinking small here.
Yeah,
Come
you're
on.
right. You're right.
So, all right, that was good. You guys like that one?
yeah.
Debate.
We
Hey,
won.
I thought honestly it was going to get a lot more heated. No, we won. What was the final score? Can you give us a add up? I just want to see how bad the blowout was.
7. Well, there was 2 ties before we got rid of ties, but 7-3.
Oh my gosh, that's embarrassing.
But again, this is based on whoever. So you're gonna post this, and if the girls won, put like a pink heart or something, or comment "Go Girls." Who runs the world? Girls.
Girls run the world, but can't win a debate against.
No, we won, but we had Teo, who's a man.
Oh.
I think
arguments.
Yeah, you
Matthew was being fair for the most part.
Hey, but thank you, ladies. It was a pleasure.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
Chris,
Good job.
Yes.
We got to maybe next time we switch it back again, something different. Me and Dez against Chris and Steven and something.
Yeah, we got to balance.
Like a trivia.
We got to balance the team.
Yeah.
We can't put the two
Powerhouses
powerhouses on the same team.
Thanks, guys. That was awesome, actually. That was really good.
That was fun.
Adios, amigos.
And what was it, an hour? But
Yeah.
really,
what
we
was it?
took like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
true.
stopped, so yeah.
Thank you, Teo.
True.
You have a bright future as a judge someday.
Yeah.
You're very unbiased.
Me and Des are gonna do our own episode right now. I think you should seriously.
No, honestly, I'll do that. We're all like be off camera, but like ask you guys questions or something and let you guys do it. I think that would be cool.
I also think you should.
Or an all girls one.
You should sit there, like right there, and you have to wear like like tape or like that ball that they use for the.
Oh.
A gas?
Like where you get
Yeah.
break?
No, but that ball, like, so you cannot talk.
Hey, he just said, honestly, that showed that he was unbiased. I knew he wanted to win.
No, I knew